I am convinced that there's a portion of the Fortnite community that will never be happy. It doesn't matter what Epic Games does, doesn't matter how much effort they put into something, this segment of the community will always find something to complain about. Now, listen to me. God knows that Fortnite Chapter 5 has been the most polarizing chapter of all time, that Epic Games has made some abysmal decisions, that there have been some really controversial seasons. However, I think a lot of the controversy actually comes from the immaturity of the community. We live in a day and age where everyone thinks that their opinion is valid, but I'm going to tell you something that your parents didn't. Not every single person that has an opinion deserves to be listened to, because quite frankly, a lot of the opinions that we're hearing aren't providing any value. I know that there are a lot of people right now that are thinking of typing a comment something along the lines of this. Clark, why shouldn't we as a community be able to voice our concerns with what Epic Games is doing? The metaverse is objectively bad, and they're ruining the game, and Tim Sweeney is just a terrible, greedy, money-hungry person that is just ruining Fortnite every season by season. We're getting nothing that we want. Now stop. At face value, for some of you, you may think that argument is profound, that it makes sense, that it's adding significant value to this conversation, that we should be able to voice our opinions if we don't like something. Now listen, I'm not here to tell you that you should not be able to voice your opinions or your concerns if you don't like a thing. However, the things that are being voiced are not things that provide any value to the conversation as a whole. Saying that Epic Games is a greedy billion-dollar company, basically throwing an ad hominem attack rather than talking about facts, does not help anything whatsoever. The fact is, 5.7 million people were on the game yesterday. The fact is, the vast majority of those people are probably not terminally online losers that go on Twitter. The fact is, for a lot of those people, this was their first live event, and the fact is, this live event objectively had more things going on than the last 3 live events that we've had this season, and it is one of the best live events, if not the best live event that we've had since Fracture. Actually, I'll go one step further than that. I think this live event was better than Fracture. I think this was the best live event that we've had since Collision. Now, some of my feelings on that are subjective, and if you don't like the live event, that is totally fine. I'm not here to argue with your personal preference. However, when we start throwing out attacks saying that Epic Games is lazy and that they don't listen to the community, this is just for the 110th billionth time this month, not true. One of the reasons why I'm defending this live event, and also just some of the things that Epic Games has been doing this chapter, is because I have to be logically consistent with things that I said last year. Now, a lot of you were not subscribed to me last year, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We do a lot of commentary content like this on the channel. But one of the things that I said that was missing from Fortnite was live events. I made a video specifically highlighting how important live events were to the Fortnite community, how they unified us, they brought us together, they gave context to the storyline and gave purpose to the next season's events, the loot pool, all of that. If I'm going to be logically consistent with what I believe Fortnite needs, I have to say that what they've been doing with live events all the way from season 1 to present has objectively been a good thing for the game. Now, some people say, well, Clark, my criticism is valid. These live events are just objectively not as much as what we used to get in the past. We have objectively gotten better live events than this before. You are 100% right. We absolutely have gotten live events that were better than this, but we've also had live events that gave us objectively less content as well. This is kind of in the middle, and for Fortnite to choose to do that this season, in the middle of a season, I think is okay. This is not designed to be a big, bombastic live event like Fracture. That's not its function. You are using the wrong tool for the job. This is the equivalent of asking, what does math taste like? You can't taste math. This live event is designed to set us up for Fortnitemares, and at the end of Fortnitemares, we're supposed to be getting an end of season event. This one is rumored to be a big one. We don't know yet. And you know what? Even if it's not, it's okay, because I can remember specific live events that gave us less than this. For example, when the cube came out of a rift in the sky in Chapter 1, Season 5, and started moving around the island, that was less content than this. It was an in-game live event, little mini event, but it was still less than what we got here. Even in Chapter 1, Season 4, the rocket ship event was objectively less content than this. Now, less content doesn't necessarily equate to better, but I'm not trying to argue that one is necessarily better than the other. I'm just saying that this is on brand for what Fortnite has done. This is consistent with how Fortnite used to be. The thing that gets me is, like, we went from a chapter where we had 0 live events whatsoever to now having a live event every season. Even in Chapter 3, when we were getting live events consistently, we weren't necessarily getting them every season. They were every other season. I think there's 2 words that sum up the community very well: unappreciative, and entitled. Now look, I know exactly the kind of comments I'm going to get once I say the thing that I'm about to say. Glazer defending a billion-dollar company, Tim Sweeney ruined this game, Metaverse bad. But here's the thing I want to say that I think it's important for everyone to understand. If you can't see how Epic Games is progressively giving us bigger and bigger live events each season, I don't really know what to tell you, and I really don't know what it is that you want. To try to compare this live event to Chapter 2 Season 8 or some of the other big live events from the past that I've seen is just not a fair comparison. That's not its function. If we're going to evaluate something and how good something is, we need to be able to understand the purpose behind it. A live event does not always have to be the biggest bombastic thing ever. I've heard people say the argument, Fortnite set a precedent and this is the precedent that needs to be consistent moving forward. Like, we were used to live events being one way, and then the fact that it's not that way means that we're getting less in the game and they're lazy. First of all, one, no, that's not true. I don't understand why can't we just have some live events that aren't as crazy from time to time? Why don't we have some seasons where we don't have any live events at all? I think right now we should be having a live event every season just to kind of build that back up. But two, this is consistent once again with how Fortnite has done things in the past. What I don't think a lot of people understand is that Fortnite is kind of in a rebirth phase right now. Like, we are in a regenesis or a transitional period of Fortnite. I think one of the symbolic elements of the Big Bang event was that Fortnite is now resetting itself. We are in a new era of Fortnite, but we're getting back to the way that things were. Basically, from Charlie Wynn's standpoint, this is his chapter 1. You have a new creative director. Donald Mustard's not around anymore. And for Epic Games to be giving us the amount of content that we have been given, on top of the metaverse, on top of all the things that are happening in creative, like, there's a lot to be thankful for. That's why when people from other video games come over to the Fortnite community and they see how people are reacting to the different events that we get, they think that we're completely unhinged, and they're absolutely right. They're like, dude, you guys get so much. I wish that my game got updated that consistently. How do you think the Minecraft community feels? Now, I know the counter argument to this is, well, Clark, if what you're being given is a big steaming pile of dog shit, then, well, what the hell's the point? Now, once again, is that a fair comparison? A pile of dog shit according to who? To you? Because you didn't like it? Once again, not liking something is not the same thing as something being lazy or even something being bad. That's like me saying strawberry ice cream is shit because I don't like it. No, it's not the strawberry ice cream shit. It's just that it's not a flavor that I particularly enjoy. One of the things that I loved about my Twitter post is that there are so many parents that commented on it saying, my son's 4 years old, or my son's 7 years old, or I played this with my kids and this was our first live event and they were so excited the entire time, and people in the lobby were dancing together after we defeated Dr. Doom. That right there, that is what this game is about. That is who Epic is making these experiences for. Now for the people that are terminally online spouting out polarized takes that provide absolutely no value to the community or the conversation moving forward. Even if you want to use the argument of giving constructive criticism, the criticism that you're giving is not constructive, it's destructive. Once again, it's just a bunch of ad hominem attacks attacking the character of Epic Games or the metaverse or things that actually have nothing to do with necessarily the integrity of the live event. The other thing too is people are weaponizing the Donald Mustard interview to an egregious degree. Was it true that at one point in time, Tim Sweeney did take resources from the Battle Royale team in order to facilitate the needs of the metaverse? Absolutely, that is 110% true. But on the other side of the spectrum, it is obvious now that we are in a new era where Fortnite is objectively moving back in the direction that we once had. We are getting consistent live events, consistent new experiences, and just things that the community can rally behind together in order to enjoy the game more. Do I love every aspect of Fortnite right now? Absolutely not, but damn it, I will give credit where credit is due. Finally, for all the people that are criticizing Epic Games, telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing with these live events, telling them how lazy these events are, none of you are willing to put in the effort yourself to actually try to create your own experience and your own event anywhere near that level. But you know what? Maybe I should put my money where my mouth is. Maybe I should work with somebody that's actually trying to make their own version of the live event, and we come up with something that might be a bit more interesting to the community. If you want to see what that thing might be, stay tuned, because I'm telling you, I got something cool cooking up for the future. I love y'all. I'll catch you soon. Peace.